Welcome to this video. My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere, and the Marvel brings together three of the most powerful heroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And their adventures pits them against the villain Darven in a reality-bending showdown. In this video, we're breaking down the ending, as well as how it set up the future of the MCU. Thank you so much for watching, and let's begin. We begin with the introduction of the villain Darven, a pre-radical, the main antagonist trying to help Hala, but she's not as fully realized as other top-tier MCU villains. Her backstory is a reaction to Carol destroying the Kree Supreme Intelligence AI. It's interesting but could be developed more. Her motivation to steal resources and get revenge on Carol feel one-dimensional. She comes across more as a plot device to bring the heroes together than a compelling villain. Compared to more layered villains like Killmonger or Thanos or even Loki, Darven lacks the depth in her characterization. We don't fully understand why she would take such extreme actions or emphasize with her worldview. Her role as a power-hungry fanatic leads to epic fight scenes as she forced the Marvels to team up, as we see in the Alatna fight, but the personal stakes and ideological clash of a great villain versus hero matchup is not quite there. While the troubles between Carol, Monica, and Kamala drive the story emotionally, Darven is not as strong as the villain for that development or catalyst. With my thoughts on the villain out of the way, early on in the film, Darven discovers one of the long-lost quantum vans on an abandoned planet. This kicks off her plan. She uses the quantum vans using their reality warping power to open unstable wormhole jump points in space against the Kree, like we see. Darven launched an attack on the Skrull New World using a jump point to destroy away its atmosphere and resources. This brings Captain Marvel responding to help. When Carol, Monica, and Miss Marvel interfere, Darven creates a power switching feedback between them using the quantum vans like we see when they touch the jump point and they start switching their powers. It's not really explained how, other than they can use light powers. Obviously, this leads to hilarious moments, but as their abilities randomly swap uncontrolled. And throughout the film, Darven continues opening jump points to steal resources from other planets Carol has connections to. Her ultimate goal is to acquire enough energy to reignite the dying Kree sun and save their homeworld Hala. And in the climatic battle, Darven managed to get the second quantum van from Miss Marvel. Wielding both vans' power, she tears a hole in the fabric of reality itself. This creates a close incursion breach between universes that Monica sacrificed herself to close from the inside. Darven explodes in the process when the quantum energies overwhelm her. That's pretty much an overview of what happened in the film. The emotional core of the Marvels centers on the relationship between Carol and Monica and the difficult backstory revealed between them. Flashback scenes show a young Monica idolizing her auntie Carol and wanting to go to space with her. Carol promised she will be back soon, but she doesn't return for years. This abandonment led to deep resentment and hurt feelings on Monica's part, which she still has as an adult. Throughout the film, through arguments and honesty, Carol, in a beautiful scene where it's pretty much my favorite scene of the movie, Carol apologized for letting Monica down as a child by disappearing. Monica explained how losing Carol so soon after her mom's death led her feeling alone, as Carol was in Earth during the events of Endgame, and their shared experience with the snap add tragic context. Monica lost her mother as well as Carol for years, and this trauma fuels her drive to prove herself and her complex feelings towards Carol. When faced with a universe-level threat, Monica sacrificed herself to save countless lives. In doing so, she finds some peace in the relationship with Carol, in my opinion. When the end credit scenes happens, we see Monica waking up in this alternate reality, facing her mother's Captain Marvel's variant. This implies she may still get a version of the reunion she longed for. And it was so sweet when Monica wakes up and she says, Mom, you're alive." It was so beautiful, but also it's not pretty much her mom. And families at the heart, and even as a cosmic battle rage around them, we see a lot of the theme of family with Kamala's family, and her relationship to them is also an important part of the Marvel's exploration of family dynamics in between the superhero spectacle. Kamala is shown to have a very close and supportive relationship with her parents, and how she connects to the story because of the quantum band that she has, and how they have to stop Darvan. The movie is so quick that even explaining the plot is like, then this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, and the movie's over. So yeah, going to the Marvels, Carol Danvers carries the weight of her past mistakes and has the nickname from her time with the Kree. This film represents a crucial turning point in Captain Marvel's story, where she must confront the consequences of choices decades ago in order to grow into the inspirational hero she was meant to be. We learn through flashbacks that Carol made the fateful decision to destroy the Kree Supreme Intelligence in an attempt to end the conflict, but this power vacuum led to chaos, a brutal civil war, and the collapse of the Empire's home planet Hala. Though Carol meant well, her actions had an unintended devastation, earning her infamous name. These events haunt Carol with guilt and shape her lone wolf attitude, as we see in the beginning of the film. When the Kree Darvan acquires the ancient quantum advanced weapon, Carol sees a chance to finally make amends, and the unpredictable power swapping caused by Darvan is pretty much the frustrates her. But being forced to work together with Monica and Kamala starts to break down Carol's wall. Their persistence and loyalty in the face of crisis inspires Carol to open up. She admits her past mistake with Monica, revealing the deep regret and how Monica feels. So there's a lot of connection in the film, but what is affected by this is the runtime. In 1 hour and 30 minutes, you have no time to digest anything that happened, or even the relationship between the characters. So when Darvan actions put the universe at stake, Carol unleashed the full extent of her powers to pretty much save the dying sun and save Hala. If they spoke, the movie could have been like 10 minutes, but hey, they have to make it like this, which affects the villain in my opinion. In the end, she has passed her torch to the next generation in Kamala and found closure with Monica. But again, the runtime affects this. So no longer defined by past labels and mistakes, Carol chooses to head back out into space with a renewed sense of hope, not to escape failure, but to inspire others to see the good she now sees in herself again. Now, Nick Fury plays a smaller role compared to past MCU films. He mainly stays at the HQ offering advice and what's happening. His screen time getting overwhelmed by Flurkin kittens provides some comedy, but doesn't fully capitalize on Samuel L. Jackson's talent and Fury's dynamic with Carol. Their history together could have been mined more and developed more, in my opinion. In Infinity War, he was sad that he was gone, but we don't see that connection a lot. So yeah. Also, the subplot about Goose the Flurkin giving birth to space kittens takes up runtime, but doesn't advance the plot or add a more thematic meaning. It leads to some fun visual gags, but yeah, it was not something that I really enjoyed. Even Monica in the Alatna planet and the ceremony, like we see, where everyone sings, feels largely played for a laugh. There's no development to this film. So it's like multiple things happen in the film that were pieced together at the end, and that's the Marvel's film. And that's the story, which is stopping someone for the past mistakes, and boom, bada bam, finish, done, leading to Secret Wars or something. So that's the thing about the film. I will do a separate video on the many Marvel's disappointing plots and so on, but that's the overall story. And at the end, the Marvel sees Monica Rambeau become trapped in an alternate reality after closing the incursion. This ending means she's separated from her Earth, but gets a chance to see her mother again. Kind of. We don't even know what Captain Marvel feels about this, because they don't even show her reaction, or we don't see how she says something like, hey, I'm gonna rescue her or something. Nothing at all. So yeah, this connection of the MCU and the Fox X-Men universe via Monica now multiversal travels set up the major events down the line. Her presence could alert the X-Men to the existence of the multiverse, like we see, and what's so on. We don't even know what Earth this is, so that's something that we'll have to see in the future, as well as how the movie ends with Kamala having an idea about the Young Avengers, right? Then instead of going to the credits and ending the film there, they jump to that scene, which in my opinion is the post-credit scene, and the other one should be the mid-credit scene and so on. But it makes no sense how they did this, because the end of the film is Kamala going to Kate Bishop about forming the Young Avengers, similar to how Iron Man was approached by Nick Fury in the original Iron Man film. So it's a copy and paste of that, pretty much. So maybe Kamala asked Fury how he approached Iron Man, and that's something that we see here. But that's the end of the film. That's the film itself. If you want an explanation about what happened, I'm so mad about this. Really, like, and the way they approached this film was something that I was not expecting. And the many mistakes of the plot, the pacing, the story is so quick and so get to the point. Hey, even Valkyrie is in this film, saving the squirrels, because as you know, Darth Van destroyed the Kree homeworld, and Valkyrie is the one that goes and save all these refugees. So even that, it was so quick and so like, hey, what's the connection between Valkyrie and Captain Marvel besides that hug? Nothing is explored, nothing is explained. Just boom, that's a film. But that's the overall video for today. What are your thoughts on the movie? What are your thoughts on the plot? And what happens besides the post-credit scene that everyone's excited about because of Beast from the original X-Men films. But besides that, there's a lot of issues with this film. My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.